Today I've got 7 hacks to help you improve that weak hand. The first 3 are gonna be things that you can do if you can dribble the basketball and you can get outside right now. We've got that pandemic going on, so maybe as you're watching this, it'll be later and hopefully you can just do all the dribbling stuff. But the stuff at home, I'm gonna give you 4 things that you don't need to dribble so you can do them right at home. And even if you can dribble the basketball, I still recommend doing those because they're gonna help you improve your control a ton. And at the very end of the video, I'm gonna have a really cool way for you to take all this stuff next level. You'll definitely wanna stay tuned for that. It's something awesome. So let's jump into the first one. The first hack is to simply take one hand, I'm going to show you with the right hand because I'm lefty, and put it in your pocket. And then from there, what you can do is you can work on different dribble moves. And then from there, you can kind of get crazy, flashy if you want, right? I really recommend you challenge yourself, but then also work on game situational specific type moves, you know, inside out dribble, a one hand V, things like that. But this is gonna force you to not be able to use that other hand. If you don't have a pocket, then you can just put that hand behind your back, but it'll just eliminate that habit of using that other hand. Then the other thing you can do is if you've got someone that you can play one-on-one with, this is an awesome hack. You can have a rule where if this is the hoop here and I'm trying to work on my right hand, I have to stay on this half of the court. Now you could, you know, make it so, okay, you could still use this hand, the strong hand, but you can make it so you have to finish on that side, right? If I have to stay on this side of the court, then it's gonna make it so I have to finish with that right hand, and that's another rule I would put in place that I've done this with people, is that you have to use that weak hand to finish. For your layups, anything around the rim, your floaters, all that, you would want to use that hand. The only exception, of course, would be your jump shots, and you would go back to that strong hand. And then the third hack that you can do with dribbling, and then I'll give you the 4 without dribbling, is to just work on moves to the basket. That's so important, or just moves into your jump shot, moves to that weak hand side. Like one thing a lot of players will do is they'll work on, you know, stationary stuff with that weak hand, or maybe they'll even, you know, get a little footwork involved. But to really get next level with it, you've got to work on the entire sequence. So an example would be like, you know, you do your inside out dribble and then trying to get to the rim as quick as you can and as few dribbles as possible. If you're not getting that element in place, then, you know, when it comes to game time, maybe you got an inside out that's pretty solid, but then trying to get past your defender isn't there because you're not working on that explosiveness, right? So just working on it stationary is not enough. Just working on right hand layups to the hoop, that's not enough. Left hand for you guys that are righty. The biggest thing is to make sure that you're being, you know, efficient with your steps, with your dribbles, trying to be explosive, pushing off, and getting that whole sequence. That way you have some things that you can count on as go-to moves. Another thing I would say is, you know, work on your crossovers. So starting with that strong hand and then going to that weak hand side and then, you know, going into your jump shots. So all those things are important. Working on game-specific moves, 1 to 2 dribble combos, trying to get to the rim as quick as you can or into your jump shot with clean steps. The footwork side of things often gets overlooked and the movement to the hoop often gets overlooked. So those are some big important factors. Okay, so now here's 4 hacks you can do at home. The first is to do different air moves. And what I mean by air moves is basically stuff like this. Throwing the basketball up and catching it. You can go under your leg, you can go under your other leg, you can go behind your back, you can go fake behind the back, right? I'm doing all this with what's my weak hand because I'm lefty. So, you know, stuff like that. You don't have to dribble the ball and make a lot of noise, but you can get a lot of improvement and next level control from that. So I would say under one leg, under the other leg is good, behind the back is good, maybe a fake behind the back, and if you want to try to go really next level, go do that wrap there. And you can even do like around the neck, right? So playing around with that, having fun with it, trying different things, get creative with it. Okay, next thing that'll really take your control next level with that weak hand is what's called overhand catches. Now those are not easy. So basically it's just that right there, boom. Now you might be wondering, why would I want to do this? I'll explain how to do it, how to get down in a second, but why you would want to do it is, well, you've got moves like your sham god, your inside out dribble, right? This hand position is one of the hardest positions to keep good control over the basketball. So working on this position, if that feels easy, everything else is going to feel a heck of a lot easier, taking that control to the next level and building your confidence. So to do this, you want to have your hand come over the top of the basketball like this, almost not quite to the side, but all the way around over to the other side. That's going to help with your shoulder mobility and a whole bunch more. But working on that will really help you. And all you can do is just come like this and go here to start off, right? Try to grip it with those fingers. Try to grip it with those fingers. Just doing this little quick handoff. You could even just literally hand it off. And then as you get better, try to do it all with one hand, coming from this position, underhand, to that overhand position, like that. Next thing is so simple but not easy, and it's to simply take the basketball and then move it all around, all areas around your body. Put it behind your back, under your legs and just hold it there. Keep it in that hand, wave it around, change your hand positions, put it behind you. I'm changing, you know, from over to the side, right underneath, waving it in circles, right? And then from there, as you get better, start with slow and then start trying to whip it around a little more, you know, just going all kind of weird ways, playing around with it. I know it might sound weird or might even feel weird, but it's actually kind of fun as you get used to it. And then as you get better with it, you can bring that speed up, and it's gonna help you in games now when you're dribbling. You're dealing with defenders, right? Oh, I gotta pull the ball back here. You'll be comfortable with the ball back there. Oh, I gotta move the ball over here. Well, if I'm waving it around way over here, I'll be more comfortable with it in those positions. So something simple you can do at home that will eliminate the need to bounce it. Seventh thing, and then I'll give you the thing that's gonna help you take all this stuff next level. And what that seventh thing is to simply around the house, do everyday activities with your weak hand. So brushing your teeth, writing things down, maybe not your homework if that'll get you in trouble, but anything that you can do throughout the day with that weak hand will just build your confidence, the motor patterns, the fine motor patterns in your fingers, and that like minute, small control is gonna be really helpful, especially when you're talking about dribbling a basketball, because your fingers are such a big part of that, your wrists are such a big part of that. Well, most of your everyday tasks, what are you doing them with? Your fingers and your wrists. So just by taking all the little things you do throughout the day and switching them over to that weak hand will help you a ton. Okay, so the way to take it next level, well, actually I've got two things for you. The first is I've got actually an entire system. Like if you're not sure exactly how to go about this, what do I do? What are the steps? I've got a whole system built to help you improve your weak hand, both finishing, the footwork side of things, the dribbling, everything. You can click the top link in the description. Otherwise, I'll also have it pinned to the comments. That program will help you a ton with that. The other way that you can take this next level is right here is another YouTube video that's all about improving your weak hand with some more drills. Click that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications to catch the newest videos, and I'll see you in that weak hand program that's pinned to the comments down below.